In fact, Pat Emmerman will end up embarrassing the very students she claims to care about. That year, after advertising the scholarships fully, only 3 students applied for the 6 available ones. Who feels foolish now? Start treating all parent groups alike. We all know that other groups avoid being as forthright as my PTSO. Additionally, Attorney Paul Altruda and I want to know how many lawsuits have been incurred with Pat Emmerman being specifically mentioned. I am sure you'll get us this information in a timely fashion. Why does this law firm see it fit to only represent a select few of this seated group? As a taxpayer, I believe the attorney should be representing the public interest only. This, unfortunately, never occurs here. Again, I state that I want to be part of the selection committee for the principal at Marlborough High School and for the incoming superintendents and assistant superintendents. Thank you.
Thank you. Karen Gillis.
Karen Gillis, 508 Middle Lane. I'm sitting up here in my husband's very worn varsity jacket from 1985. I did have another choice of my marching band jacket, but my children made me swear I'd never take it out of the closet. So I chose to wear the dirty one. I came here tonight. I have been involved with our K-8 Board of Ed for quite some time. I am familiar with the processes. Worked with Mr. Lawson for some time too. So I do realize above and beyond, I'm not a crazy soccer mom that is up here saying you're taking sports away from my child. But I do want, as we move forward, because this is just the beginning, it's not the end of the budget crisis. The state has decided to take on one of the strongest unions in the state, and there are hurt feelings on all sides. Unfortunately, why this plays out, it is going to affect the children, and I came here tonight just to keep that fresh in everyone's mind. I want everyone to realize that the child's educational experience is going to be disruptive, and that saddens me, because it's more than a sports program or, I'm sorry, elective. It's very important to me to have my child have these things available. So, with that being said, obviously it's still emotional with me. We're now put in a position where our town council has approved a $1.5 million cut. This is difficult. I got a copy of the resolution. It took a while to try to get through it. And the things that I've seen in this resolution only affect the children and their educational experience. I really don't see anything above and beyond other than a sports program. Some people will sit there and tell you that their child is not going to be able to go to the college of their choice if they don't have that sports program available. I am not that naive. I understand that if a child wants to play sports in college, they have tribal opportunities that showcase their skills a lot more. My problem is the educational experience that will be taken away from the child, not having that camaraderie, not having that social aspect, not having that availability to the parents. We had the enjoyment of taking our children to a homecoming game. We actually went to a couple football games. They stayed with their peers. I actually sat in the stands with alumni and talked about 1985. So to lose things like that is just devastating to me. Or the fact that we spent a couple evenings at the kitchen table talking about a history elective that my daughter took, and to think that my son is going to go into Owl High and might not have the opportunity to have that class is disheartening. So, yes, it is for the children, and it is going to be hard, but to lose the teachers that we are losing, to lose the programs that we are losing, I think the direction of the cuts need to come from somewhere else. Yes, you have low administration according to the other states. Yes, you have low operating costs to the other states. But I think there has to be more adjustments. There has to be a different avenue of where these monies are coming from.
30 seconds.
But again, I just wanted to come here and say that point.
Thank you. Thank you. Jim Sage.
Jim Sage, Marlboro. I wasn't here last week, but I read Mr. Lawson's statement on FRHSD.com and wrote down certain points. In it, he indicated a record amount of voters went to the polls on April 20th, and our proposed budget was defeated by a margin of roughly 4,000 votes. Another point, thus far over 8 municipalities have come to this board with a clear message. The $4.5 million in cuts that were requested represents a one-year district-wide salary freeze. Another point, no one on board or administration wants to make these cuts. And lastly, students entering in September will not be in the same 3-0 regional of the past. I don't understand it. Mr. Lawson states the board has received a clear message from the voters. What part of no does this board not get? And yes, students entering school in September will see a different 3-0 regional high school district. We are currently in the throes of the worst economic recession this country has ever experienced. Economists even named it the Great Recession. In my 2 years of attending board meetings, I have identified waste and fraud. Nothing was acted upon. Apologies were offered, but nothing else. Speaking of excess, Ms. Debbie Gates Kane, well, maybe I should reword that, but Ms. Kane identified at a Howell Township meeting that the district is very top-heavy. If anybody knows, it would be her because she's the union president. Mr. Moses at the last meeting said kids were his agenda. Yet in January, he voted to transfer $635,000 in special education grants earmarked for kids to other accounts such as legal and employee benefits. So what is his agenda? Mr. Placatello said he was going to fight like hell as a private citizen to reduce the cuts. I also will be fighting like hell as a private citizen because this insignificant retired Port Authority cop, as I was referred to, will ensure that the taxpayers, the will of the taxpayers, is upheld.
Thank you. Rhoda Saromlik.
No, pass.
Thank you. Anyone else who didn't make the list? Yes, Mr.
May.
Certainly.
Just for a moment, because there's some inaccuracies. I'm Daniel Green, I'm supervisor of the PA fiasco, as it's known. No, Mr. Wasser did not contact me in any way, shape, or form to encourage me and my students come out. I responded to calls from parents and parents only, asking if this was a problem. I said, I really don't know. We did not use the students in any way. I rather refer to that evening as a celebration, because we had students who wanted to be in fact students and parents, and if you looked at that crowd, it was mainly adults. So students weren't out driving on themselves. We also had a lot of alumni come back and wanted to say their side. So I just want to make sure that information is clear. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
One more, come on.
Oh, yes.
Nancy Locascio, Colton. I just have a question about the bill list for the Monmouth County Vocational School District. Is that a monthly expenditure, that $324,000?
Yes.
Yep,
Yep.
plus transportation.
12 months or 10 months?
Is that a 10? It's a 10-month bill?
Well,
Do you have an estimate of what that is?
Well, I know I was given the figures, and when I went back to my town, I just emphasized that we're at $11,000 our district per student, and $11,000 for our county schools per student. We pay them $17,000.
Right, I know. That's what I'm trying to figure out here. Does that $17,000 include their transportation?
No.